Smoking a turkey on the grill might be a lot of work, but the results are definitely worth it. Not only do you free up precious oven space during the holidays, you also get the most beautiful succulent bird you've ever tasted. In this video, I'll show you how it's done. So I've had my turkey brining overnight. I've taken it out of the brine, rinsed it, and patted it dry. And now we're going to start dressing it up. We start with some vegetable oil, and we rub that inside both of the cavities. Next, you want to take about half a tablespoon of the spice rub and rub it inside the two cavities. Next, you just want to put a quartered onion into the body cavity. Next, we're going to combine a tablespoon of our spice rub with butter. You really want to combine to get it all mixed well. The best way to do this is to have room temperature butter so you're not trying to move around a big cold block. Perfect. Okay, now here's a little tricky part. You want to insert your hand under the skin and separate it from the flesh as best you can without tearing the skin. You want to get in as deep as you can around the legs. This is where a lot of that moisture and flavor is going to come from. Almost there. Okay. I got a little tear in my skin, you know it happens. Don't worry about it, just keep going. Okay, now we take that butter mixture, and here we go. Slide it in and spread it all over. Use the skin outside in your other hand to hold that butter against the flesh and then almost massage it in so it's really getting in there. You really want to get that butter to stay on the bird. So continue doing this until you get all that butter inside the bird. This is the messy part. Now we're going to tuck the wingtips behind the body. You want to grab the wings and just kind of push them back and they'll get into place. There you go. Looks like he's resting. And then we're going to take some kitchen twine, and then we're going to tie the legs together. Okay. So now we're going to rub our turkey down with some vegetable oil. Some honey. This honey is really going to help the spice rub adhere to the turkey's skin, and it's going to give it this great caramelized color. Now we're going to sprinkle on 3½ tablespoons of our spice rub. Now you want to make sure to get it all over, bottom of the legs, on your wings. I'm missing some here, I think. Now here's my last ½ tablespoon. All right, it's looking pretty already. Let's wash up and let's move on to the next step. I have my roasting pan ready to go. Don't worry, you could put your roasting pan on the grill. It's gonna get a little sooty around here, but it'll wash off with soap and water. So you wanna line the inside of your roasting pan with a little bit of aluminum foil. And as you can see here, I have a rack. Our turkey's gonna be sitting on that. So let's get it all prepped up. We're gonna start by laying some bacon slices on the rack, not overlapping each other, but touching each other very, very closely. And you want to line the bottom of the rack. You'll probably need like 7 to 8 slices, depending. Okay. Now we want to move our turkey onto our bacon. One good heave. Ugh, get him on there. Now comes the fun part. We're going to cover the turkey entirely in bacon. Just start carefully laying them on. This bacon, not only will it add amazing smoky flavor to this turkey, it's going to protect that skin, infuse it with more great oils, keeping it all nice and moist. So I'm getting down to the bottom now, and gravity unfortunately is working against us, so we're going to have to use some toothpicks to secure the bacon directly onto the bird's skin, keeping it nice and covered. Don't forget to cover the legs as well. All right, this bird's ready to go on the grill. Okay, so we have our coals going. They're beautiful, they're perfectly lit, they're ashy, and look at them pouring in. You want to bank them as much as possible to one side of your grill. Okay, we're going to replace our grill. And cover. Take our temperature reading. We're about 300 right now, so we're going to let the grill sit with the vents open for a little bit until we get down to 275. So we're at about 275 now, and our next step is to add some soaked applewood wood chips. These guys have been soaking for about half an hour. We've drained them, and now I'm just going to pour them right onto the coals. Oh, that's a great smell. Next, we're going to grab our turkey, and we're going to get cooking. Okay, it's time to get our turkey in. I personally am a big proponent of using a probe thermometer. The best way to use this guy is to put it right in through the breast, through the thickest part. Make sure you're not hitting any bone because it'll make a difference. You set this to 165, temp alert on, and that's going to tell you when your turkey is ready to come out. Now we're cooking this guy on indirect heat, so you want to put your turkey as far away from the coals as possible. We banked all of our coals to this side towards me, so now I'm going to put the turkey all the way towards the back. Careful with your probe. So now we cover our turkey, and we're going to let him go until our smoke dies down, about half an hour. By the way, if you have a gas grill, you could still smoke your turkey. You just divide your soaked chips between 2 squares of heavy-duty aluminum foil, fold them up into packets, and poke some holes in the packets with a fork. Then remove the grill grate and set one of the packets directly on an active burner until it starts to smoke. So it's been about a half an hour. We're going to go ahead and replenish our chips. As you can see, our smoke has died down. So I'm going to lift my handy little grate there. Add another half cup of the applewood chips. And as you can see, our bacon's starting to brown a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate our pan. You're going to want to rotate every once in a while. You don't have to do it every single time you open up the grill. Cover your turkey again. And let it go until the smoke dies down again. When the temperature dips to 250 degrees, which will happen every hour or hour and a half, light 3 quarts of charcoal in a chimney set over bricks, or a hibachi if you happen to have one. Then, when those coals are ashed over, set the turkey aside, lift the grill grate, and add the fresh coals to keep the fire at 275 degrees. It's been 2.5 hours, so let's check on our bacon. Look at that. It's exactly what we want. The bacon's all crisp and brown, and now we're going to take it off. And this stuff is great. You don't need to use it in the recipe anymore, so pretty much whatever you want to do with it, you can. Someone here in the test kitchen made brittle out of it last time we made this. It was delicious. Just remove it all, put it off to the side to do as you will. Woo. And look at the color it's leaving on our pretty little turkey. All right. Now, all we have to do is sprinkle some more spice rub onto our turkey. We're going to use all of this but 1 teaspoon, which is going to go into our gravy later. And I mean, look at this beautiful color. And it's just going to get richer and deeper as we go. You'll see some of these uneven spots, but don't worry, those are going to even out. That's just a little bit of the remnant from the bacon fat, but we're going to fix that up right now. Try and get some on your sides there. Last part, guys, we want to put these slices of butter on the breasts and on the legs. Okay, so we're going to cover the bird up, and we're going to let him continue cooking for about another 2 hours or so. Every half hour, you want to spray your turkey with a little bit of apple juice. This helps even out the color, provides a little more moisture, and just makes it smell really good. All right, now we're going to rotate him. Cover and keep cooking. So our turkey's at 165, and he looks beautiful. Now we're going to pull him out of here, making sure to angle the turkey so that all the juices that are in the cavities run out. Want to be very careful here. All right. Move them onto our cutting board. And we want to tent them with foil and let them rest for about half an hour. Tenting the turkey like this is great because it gives the juices a chance to redistribute and it makes the turkey moist all over. Now that the turkey's tented, I'm going to take these pan juices back inside and make my gravy. And that way we'll all have a happy Thanksgiving.